I smile, you smile. I smile, we smile. I smile, you smile. I smile, we smile. I smile, you smile. I smile, we smile. I smile, you smile.
Channel again with all smiles over here. I am Wilsonja. That's like asking a question. Will Sonja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully that answer is yes. Small token, golden nugget I want to give you guys, I want to tell you guys is do not throw out your valuables. Do not throw out your valuables. And I say that because sometimes we want to toss out things that we think it no longer works. But it does. It does. We just aren't changing up things. It's almost like a car. You drive so many miles, so many miles in your car, and then you get this message across the board that says, change engine oil. Well, if you haven't been changing the engine oil, and know that there's a message there's a sign there that something's wrong with the car because it's acting sluggish, it's not performing like it normally does. If you don't change it out, you're going to think something wrong with it. Then what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to say, well, you know what, I think I'm going to trade this car in and get me another car. And you don't want to do that. I'll give you a prime example. When I was a little girl, we had a car called the Comet, and it was giving our family some problems. It wasn't cooperating with us. It wasn't taking us to point A to point B or point C or point to Z. It wasn't taking us anywhere. We just were having problems with it. And my mom and dad, they came to the conclusion that they needed to sell it. They're going to go ahead and sell it. Well, they sold the car and got money for it, which was good. But how about on the very next day, we saw the guy driving the car that we sold him that we thought didn't work anymore. And we were like, what? And while he was driving, we were still stuck with no transportation because at that time we had not found any new transportation. So he was driving and we were walking and we was like, what in the world? But we didn't know that we were throwing away or giving away or trading away our valuables, something that was valuable. And that's what I want you guys to pay close attention to. So step away from the trash can. Whatever you're about to throw out, you need to go back and analyze it. Go back and do an oil change on it. Go back and change some things up in your character and how you're behaving and all this other stuff. And go, if you've tried every other method to make it work for you, regardless of what it is. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be something you're pursuing with a new career. If it hasn't worked by now, go back and write down everything that you've done to make it happen, as in the results that you want to see happening, and then start thinking about some other things that you can do, which is a change, to get it to come into fruition for you. Don't just start tossing stuff out. I tell you, there are some people I've heard from people where they were married and then they called it quits, and then you hear them talking about, they weren't ever like that with me. I don't know who that person is because he didn't do that for me. He was never like that, or she was never like that. And now they're walking around here looking like sick puppies because they gave away something valuable. Gave it away. They just threw it out. They just tossed it out. I'm tired. Well, you know what? If you don't do a proper oil change and don't continue taking care of what you have, as far as doing oil changes, when you start seeing signs of things aren't working, change it up. Because where it worked last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when you first got married or when you first met your in-laws, whatever you was doing then is not going to work for now. People grow. And when people grow, their tastes change. That's with anything, even on jobs. As you stay on a job, they have to upgrade. They have to upgrade their system. So you can't keep working off the old system trying to apply it to a new system because it's not going to perform right. And the only thing you're going to feel that this not working out for me, so I need to change. I need to toss this out and do something else. No, don't throw away your valuables. Do not throw out your valuables. So that's my golden nugget to you guys. Don't throw out your valuables. Do an oil change in your life. I know that's corny, y'all, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Do the proper and necessary changes. It's almost like when we were in preschool. They give us these little cutout things that has a circle, a triangle, and a rectangle, and they give us the little blocks. And you have to try to figure out which one goes. Well, when you first started, You try to put a triangle in a circle. You try to put a square in a triangle. And then you keep going. You're like, you don't get frustrated, but at a point, you figure out, wait a minute, this kind of shaped like that. And you put it in there and you're like, I did it. And it fits. And the change is made and you're where you need to be. You realize this is so valuable. Those of you who do thrift shopping, I've seen many of shows where people go in and get a I think it's called Pawn, P-A-W-N, stars, where they go in thrift stores and go in storage units and stuff, and they get these little things, and they're like, what is this? And it's of something that look like it is of no value, but they take it to get it appraised, especially in thrift stores like Goodwill and stuff. And people will say, you know what, this is worth $1.7 million, or this is worth $5,000. And the person who gave it away had no idea. There's a guy named Earl Nightingale. He talks about, it's called Acres of Diamonds, of how this guy didn't even know he had a whole acre, a whole landfill full of diamonds, but never knew it. He didn't know the value. He didn't know the value. And he sold it for pennies, y'all, for pennies. So y'all, let us not look like sick puppies right here after we've thrown away our valuables. Before you throw it out, take a second look and ask yourself, what is it that I can do, that I can change, that I can add to make this what I really desire, also I can get the results that I'm looking for. Y'all keep that in mind. Thanks again for clicking on my channel. I tried not to keep y'all too long. It's just a little bit over 6 minutes, but I thank you guys for clicking on my channel with All Smiles over here. If you continue to listen and subscribe to me and like and share with your friends and take heed to the messages, you won't ever have to mask a smile, because your smile will be genuine. Thanks again for clicking on my channel. I'll talk to you guys soon, and y'all better hold on to those valuables. Ciao!
I smile, you smile. I smile, we smile. 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 I smile. All over here, all over here. I smile. All over here, all smiles over here.